All right, it is Monday, March 7th already. I can't believe we're already 7 days into March. So far, March is going pretty well for me. I can't speak for the rest of you guys, but I know that we're going to talk a little bit tonight about, the order of doing things and how to make sure you're hitting Success Club early on in the month and, the strategies that you need to do that. And our whole topic tonight is going to be filling your pipeline with potential. So when you're talking to people, how to constantly bring new people in, expand that conversation, all of those things. And different things that you can do, because I know for me, my biggest worry when I started this was I'm going to run out of people. I'm never going to have enough people to invite. I'm never going to have enough people to come into this with me. It's saturated. And that was my biggest concern. And I know if I had that concern, many of you have had that concern at some point. So we will definitely talk about that tonight and give you some great strategies to constantly be filling that pipeline so that you don't ever run out of people to invite people to benefit from this. So first, let's just go through some announcements and through some logistic things. First up, just our team calendar real quick. I leave for the Success Club trip. We're flying to Pittsburgh on the 10th this week, which I'm really excited for. And we will have a team call next week. Liesel and a couple other diamonds, Amanda and Heather, I think they're all teaming up and running the call for us on Monday. So we will still have our team call on Monday. And they will be providing I think some of their best practices. They're totally taking the reins on that, and they're going to team up and run a great call for you guys. So it's going to be awesome, and they are going to, knock it out of the park. They're going to do great. So moral of the story, there will be a team call on Monday, even though I won't be here. So they will post the link. They will get everything squared away for you. I am planning on buying internet on the boat, but I will only be doing a power hour on there. That's it, if that much. So it's going to be maintenance and, just checking with my challengers, inviting, that kind of stuff, following up. But that's going to be the bare minimum. So if you have questions and you normally message me, message into our group, find somebody else to get those questions answered, because I am not going to answer messages while I'm on vacation. So I hope you guys can all understand that. You wouldn't want to do that either if you guys were on vacation. So know that there are other ways for you to find your information. Team Page is a great place to reach out and get the help that you need. Another big announcement for our team calendar is that our What Is Coaching event is on the 29th. That will be here before we know it. So I really encourage you guys, hit Success Club as early as you can in the month, like the 15th of the month, by the 16th, 17th, that third week, hit your Success Club goal so that you can rest easy, number one, for the month. And then also, so you guys can really switch your focus and go into, talking about the business opportunity and recruiting those working coaches into your business and onto your team, because really and truly, that's what's going to move your business forward, is recruiting those working coaches and getting them into our organization, because, we have a great team and everybody should be a part of it. That's what I think. So, let's make sure that we're talking about that. So you're going to notice a big shift, like even in our team calls. This first half of the month is going to be very Success Club driven in our team calls. Strategies to get you there, strategies to make sure that you're hitting those goals early in the month. And then the latter half of the month, we're going to be talking about business stuff, how to invite coaches, how to reach out to people about the business opportunity, all of those different things. So that's a really great thing that I'm trying to do for you guys to help you guys really hit your goals. And so you don't have to stress about it, because nobody wants to be on the 31st stressing about Success Club. I did it last month and it's not fun. Okay. So we want to make sure we give you all the tips necessary to make sure you hit your goals early in the month. Our promos this month, we have 22-minute hardcore. That's our $140 challenge pack, as well as PIO. I know for me personally, 22-minute hardcore isn't something that necessarily really appeals to me, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to buy it. I'm still going to work my way through the program. For me personally, time is of the essence right now at this season of my life with 2 little ones and not a lot of sleep. So 22-minute workout is perfect for me. Get in, get out, get it done, have great results to share. So really and truly, guys, if you self-reflect and you see, my business isn't doing what I want it to be, I'm not where I want to be, I want you to self-reflect on your own journey, on your own fitness right now. Are you off track? Are you working through a program? Are you showing people you're working through a program? I can pinpoint all the months that I have struggled are the months that I have struggled in my own personal fitness journey, and showing people what I'm doing. Those directly correlate to my slow months in the business. So I want you guys to really self-reflect and see where you are in your business and where you are at in your own journey, okay? So I want you to really keep that in mind. So even if 22-minute hardcore isn't something that's right up your alley, I really encourage you to try it. You all should have Beachbody On Demand. Go in, do the sneak peek workout, see if it's something you want to do. And, if you haven't signed up a spouse yet underneath of you and you're like, this is a program I really want to try, sign your spouse up with the challenge pack with this program and get yourself 2 Success Club points. And then you have a new program that you can use. So that's just something to keep in mind as you go through and as you're doing these things. All right. And of course, you guys can read the rest of the promotions there. I don't have to read them for you. But 3-day refresh is also that great promotion for somebody who, already has a program and they need that Shapeology to get that 3-day cleanse with it for $10. That's a pretty good deal. So that's a great one to use. And I checked today, guys, 21-day fix is still on sale in the back office. So it will probably be taken down tomorrow. I think it's going through the 8th. But if you have anybody who was on the fence last month about price or a 21-day fix, follow up with them tonight and see if they will, that may just be what it takes to get them on board for you. So always go and double check those prices. So if you just go in your back office and you go to the homepage, teambeachbody.com, and you just go to the Take the Challenge tab and click on challenge packs, you can see what challenge packs are on sale. And 21-day fix and fix extreme are still on sale right now. So definitely reach out to all your price objections and the people who didn't commit last month, because a week makes a big difference. So maybe follow up with them and see what they say. Another couple announcements. I already told you about the 22-minute hardcore. Guys, really, I know Val has a coach-only challenge group going on. So if this is a program you're going to be working through and you want the accountability, I really encourage you to join Val's challenge group. There is a document in Legacy United. If you're not part of that group and you're like, oh, I want to do that, Allie, and I want to be part of that group, shoot me over a message. I'll get you added, or shoot your coach a message. I'll get you added into Legacy United and point you in the right direction for the document. I know for me, I'm going to do her challenge group. It's coaches only, and keep myself accountable as I move through the program. It's always good to remind yourself what it feels like to be a challenger, going through a program for the very first time, going through the struggles, because I feel like so many times as a coach, we find our favorite program and we just do it. And we're fine with that. But it's always good to step outside of your comfort zone, try something new, and be reminded how hard it is to be a challenger, okay? Because it is hard to be a challenger. So that's just something to keep in mind as you go through. Also, our challenge group app, that is actually, I'm going to be buying Wi-Fi on the plane to and from the cruise. And that's my game plan on the cruise plane, is to research the challenge group app and really dive into it and really get my April groups all running through the challenge group app. So that's my personal goal. And as I'm exploring that, I will definitely share that with you, but don't wait for me to lead you on that. Go through and figure things out with the challenge group app. Go to the FAQs, go to the Coach Breaking News. I know Beachbody has released videos explaining how to use the Challenge Group app. I really encourage you guys to do it. And for me, I'm going to be transitioning into that only using that challenge group app, because Facebook is unpredictable, okay? And, we want to make sure that our business can still move forward if Facebook all of a sudden decides to delete all groups and not have them anymore. So let's just keep that in mind. And, this is a great thing that's never going to go away, and Beachbody is just going to keep improving it. And this is awesome for those people who don't have Facebook, who, maybe it's a lead from Beachbody, or I've had a couple people who've been referrals who they end up buying a challenge pack, but they can't join Facebook because of their job, or they just don't like Facebook and they don't want to join Facebook. So this is a great way to include them. And what's awesome about this challenge group app, guys, is there is a way on this app to see who checked in that day, who actually went and looked on the app. How many times do we have challengers go MIA after a week or after 2 days? This allows us to go in and see who has actually gone in and looked at the app. And they check in. Did you drink your Shakeology? Did you do your workout? And there's a way for them to check in right there on the app. And you can post in the group, you can send them a message, and it comes to their phone, directly to their phone. It's like an app push notification. It comes right to their phone that they can check in with the app. I know one of my apprehensions was like, I am so not mobile attached with my business. I'm very computer based with my business because I'm a stay-at-home mom. You can do everything on the computer and on the app. Okay, so you don't have to only do things on your phone if that's something that is, holding you back or you're a little hesitant with. So for me personally, I am definitely going to be transitioning all of my groups into the Challenge Group app starting in April. That is my goal for myself because I feel like I can reach a lot more people, and also, it'll get people away from Facebook. I also have a lot of people, at least in my network right now, people who are like, you know what, I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I just don't like going on there and seeing people's posts, or, they can't get pregnant and they hate seeing all the posts of babies and everything on their newsfeed or anything like that. So, I have a lot of people in my network especially who just aren't big Facebook users. So this would be something that would really appeal to them. And guys, it's something else included in their package. Okay, it's something else where you're like, guys, this is a free app you get to download, but now that you're working with me and you purchase a challenge pack, you actually get to access and use the app exclusively with only people in your challenge group working through it. So that's just something really important that I want you guys to know, and know that I will be transitioning to that. And, I think it would be really beneficial for us to do a team-wide group in that challenge group app to really experience it from both sides as far as an admin or a challenger, and really experience how things go. I know that Beachbody is working really hard to make sure that they are making it so more than one person can be an admin, that it's not just one person, because right now only one person can do all the posts and everything like that. And they're working on it to make sure that other people can be admins in the group and you can share the responsibilities. So it's a great thing. And it's, it's one of those things where you can either embrace change and really take it and make your business go to the next level with the change, or you can stay in the same place and not embrace the change and let everybody else run ahead of you. Okay, so let's not let everybody run ahead of us. Let's embrace the change and let's move forward, because at Summit, they're going to talk about this a lot. And I want to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence as your upline, as your mentor, to make sure that we are embracing this new technology, this new advancement, and moving it forward. It's a similar thing as to when they introduced Shakeology into it. Now, you and I are probably like, we can't even imagine this business without Shakeology, right? But that wasn't always the case. They didn't always have Shakeology. And when they introduced Shakeology at Summit one year, people were like, this is going to be horrible. Like, how are we going to replace our Activit sales and with this Shakeology? And you're probably like, what the heck is Activit? But they were hesitant. But the people who embraced it and moved their business forward and were like, this is awesome, we're going to keep going, are the ones who built a business. The ones who tried to stay where they were instead of moving forward weren't successful. So let's move our businesses forward constantly and embrace these change and really go with them with a great open mind. Same thing with Beachbody On Demand. That was brand new last March and we were super hesitant about it, and it's awesome. I use it every single day. So embrace these changes because they're usually really, really good ones from Beachbody. Just another reminder that from corporate this month, your Success Club incentive is that performance sampler pack. Anybody who at Success Club will get a performance sampler pack. So that's just something to keep in mind as you are pushing for your goals this month. Okay. Also, I just wanted to share this with you guys as I was going through my own power hours and looking back through my notes with things. I want to re-emphasize the importance of a reconnection. I have this notebook that I picked up at TJ Maxx for like $3. And what I do is every single person, I work from an Excel spreadsheet for just to kind of give me the who I need to message. And that's just imported from my friends list from Facebook. But I write down who I message every single day. So every day I write down the date, and then anybody who I have a message with, I write down there, whether they messaged me or I messaged them. And then after they get back to me, after they respond, I highlight their name. And then I have notes off and next to their name saying what we talked about. So like there's a couple examples of my today's list with people who messaged me back. I highlight their name, and then I have little, notes next to them, whether we reconnected, whether I invited them, whether I followed up with them. And that goes back through over and over again. Now, what that allows you to do is it allows you to see who you talked to 2 weeks ago, who you maybe you had a conversation going with, and you're like, oh, I should probably go reconnect with them and follow up. But here are some statistics from my reach outs. So on March 1st, I sent out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 messages. The majority of them were cold invites, okay? Majority of them were cold invites. I got 3 messages back that day, 3, okay? The next day, on March 2nd, I sent out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 messages, and 9 out of the 10 were reconnects, and I got 6 messages back. So this just really goes to show you that whenever you start a conversation out of genuineness and out of, just showing that you care, people are more likely to respond, and they're going to have a conversation with you. Now, of those 6, I know a couple of them won't purchase a challenge pack from me, but that's not what the conversation was about. It was about establishing a reconnection, establishing a relationship with them so that maybe a year from now they do. But if they don't, that's all right as well, because I just want to be present in their life, because I know that my posts add value. And if I can help them get through a bad day, awesome. I hope that helps, and I hope that I can help them. So I want you guys to realize that the reconnection is super, super important. And I wanted to share that with you because as I was going through that, I was like, holy cow, I sent out a lot of cold invites that day and got 3 messages back, and I sent out the majority of reconnections and got back over half as a response. So keep that in mind as you're going through. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. Okay, great, I'm building this relationship, I'm reconnecting, but I can't bridge that gap to then go to the invite, to then say, hey, can you come join my challenge group? And you're going to find that this is something that I struggled with for a long time. And as you're going through things, you're going to know when it's right in the conversation to do this. Now, for example, like I sent out a reconnection message to somebody and was just like, hey, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Did you do anything fun? Simple, guys, right? Super simple message to send out. And it was, her birthday was over the weekend. And I was like, did you have any big plans for your birthday? And her plan was, I did, but then I actually ended up getting hurt at work and got a concussion, so I couldn't really do anything for my birthday, but I had plans to go skiing. How weird would it have been if I sent this girl who just had a concussion an invite to my challenge group, right? How weird. Not even taking the time to say, hey, how are you doing? Clearly, it's not a good time for her to come join a challenge group. She's suffering from a concussion right now, okay? But if I wouldn't have taken the time to reconnect with her, that would have been a relationship that I would have lost, and that I wouldn't even have the potential of a challenge pack sale down the road because I didn't take the time to get to know her. Okay, so I just want to reiterate the importance of a reconnection and how important it is to really take the time to go through and comment on people's posts, be involved in their life, add value to it. I would rather you have 5 really great conversations with somebody than send out 20 cold invites and get nothing back in return. Okay, so really take a look at what you're sending out to people. If you're just sending out cold invites over and over again, you're like, Allie, I'm inviting like 10 people a day and I'm not getting anything. If you're inviting 10 people a day, you should be getting back messages. And if you're not, then you just haven't mastered reconnection yet. And reconnection happens whenever you step back from being a Beachbody coach and you act like a human being and you hold a conversation with somebody. Okay? So don't feel the need to constantly talk about Beachbody stuff. Be involved in their life. Find things that you have in common with them. Ask them how their day was. It's really easy. Just hold a conversation with them. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you, my little tip there about the importance of reconnection, because it is really, really important as you go through. Another big announcement. Congrats to Callie Tice. She was our first person to hit Success Club this month. So I'm really excited for you, Callie. Great job. And just a reminder that I need you guys to update your Success Club points in our pinned document in our page and just keep those in greatest to least, because it just lets me see where you're at. And it lets me see, who's working it and who needs some help. And when we go and start our Success Club pods and our push groups, it lets me know who to invite. If you have 2 or 3 points on the board, you're going in a push group because you can get to Success Club. All right. And remember, the first person to get to Success Club 10 gets a performance sampler from me, no matter where you're at on the team. In the entire Classically Fit organization, first person to Success Club 10 gets a performance sampler. And don't be bummed out that Callie beat you to Success Club 5, because if you were racing her and you were trying to do it too, I guarantee you have a couple points on the board because you reached out to a lot of people and you may have had some great conversations. Okay. So great job, guys. Let's keep the ground running for the Success Club this month. And we already have a lot of people in Success Club this month, which is awesome. So huge shout out to Erin Alberry, Gina Fusco, Chelsea, Jillian, and Callie. You guys are all at Success Club 5. And we have a lot of people with points on the board. A lot of people who are going to be there. I know by this time next week, whenever the other people do the team call, they're going to be able to see your name on here, and it's going to be awesome. So keep pushing, keep doing those reconnections, and you guys you're going to blow it out of the water. I know it. So let's keep going this week, and I can't wait to do your shout out board on Thursday. Another big announcement every single month, and some of you, I posted this on our team page, and if you're newer to the team, you're probably like, I have no idea what this means, and that's okay. The leadership ladder is a way that Beachbody recognizes our team and the different teams in the organization about where you fall in your business. So as a team leader, team builder, business starter, organization leader, all of those things. And there are different rungs, different benchmarks that you have to hit in order to qualify. The biggest thing in all of them is you have to hit Success Club. So everybody on this list hit Success Club last month, and they qualify for different levels in their business. If you aren't sure what this means, go to your FAQs, learn about it, go to YouTube, watch some YouTube videos on it. But this is a great way to really measure your business and see where you're going and how to set goals as you go through. The latter half of the month, when we kind of shift to more of a business type thing, we're going to be covering the leadership ladder again and making sure that you guys understand how to use it to set goals for your business. So huge shout out to everybody. You guys are awesome. This is great. This is updated every single month because, when you look at your growth in this business, it's really, you can't look week to week. You have to look month to month and year to year. Just like, when you're learning something, you don't look day to day at it. Look at where you were, a month ago to now and see how far you've come. So same thing in like your weight loss journey. You're not going to see a lot of day-to-day results, but when you take your 30-day pictures, you're like, holy crap, that's a big change. Or 60-day pictures, that's a big change. So it takes time, and it's great to look from month to month and year to year. So your leadership ladder rung is updated by month. And we're going to be doing more of a call on this a little later, but great job to everybody whose name is up here or whose picture is up here. It's a great, great thing. I'm really, really proud of you guys. All right, we're going to do our little Success Club share. So Amanda and Jerry are going to share with us tonight about how they made Success Club happen last month. So Amanda, do you want to go ahead and start and just share a couple tips for us?
Yeah, so can everybody hear me? Okay, so I have to be honest. In February, in January, I was really trying to get my business to move forward, but I was focused on moving my fiance Steve into our apartment. So that kind of got me in the shuffle of like life, right? So, and when February hit, I was like, I need to hit Success Club because I was struggling the last day of the month on January. Like, my dad finally bought a challenge pack. So I got like 21 Day Fix Extreme, which is cool. But I didn't want, you don't want somebody else to buy it for you just because you need the points. So I really went into February saying, I need to do this and I need to do it early and get it done. So I remember having my call with Allie, and I was looking at my my tracker system, and I went through it and we alphabetized it, and I said, I haven't talked to these people in like months. Like I really didn't know that I was missing them because I thought I had a system. But I looked at it and I really saw everybody that I needed to talk to, everybody that I needed to send a reconnection or an invite to. So I just went through, started with the A's and went down and hit maybe 10, 15 people a day because I really wanted to turbocharge my business, and I wanted to talk to as many people as I could to get the Success Club points. And I really like to go to Success Club 10 because you're basically getting paid, for hitting Success Club 10, you get those paid leads, and that's really part of my goal. I want to have that, and I was really pushing to get Steve to Emerald so I can be to Diamond. That was one of my goals, and so that really kind of pushed me. I focused on like why I was doing it and why I really wanted to get those points. And I messaged some people and I said, hey, how you doing? I know we talked about challenge groups in the past. Were you interested in doing it again? And the one girl was like, yeah, actually, I'm really interested. I, wanted to follow you. I wanted to see what you were doing and to see if you were consistent. And I was. So she said she wanted to join. And so she started my challenge group today. So it's really about going and back and having your list and looking at that and tracking your business. You really have to track it. and finding out your why. Like, why are you doing this? Another tip I really need, for me personally, I really need to dig into personal development because, you know, mentally, if somebody says no and I get upset about something, then, you know, I'm not there. But when I dig into the personal development and I find people that I love on podcasts, I literally listen to it all the time. So I listen to it when I wake up, when I'm working out, when I'm in the shower, put it out loud enough so I can hear it. And I listen to it getting ready and going to work because I know that I'm feeding my mind and I know that that's going to help me when I do the invites, when I talk to people. And it's just, I love the tips and I love, you know, it doesn't have to be all about the Beachbody and how to sell a challenge pack or whatever. I listen to ones that are, you know, having you, they're confidence boosters. Trish Blackwell, she's my homegirl. I love her. She just she fills my cup. She makes me feel like I'm the best person in the world. So I highly suggest, you know, looking at her. And one more tip, I talked to my new coach, Allie, and she was getting overwhelmed because, you know, when you start Beachbody, you get overwhelmed very easily because there's a lot to learn and it's awesome, but it's just a lot. And I went through my calendar because I started a new job and I am getting ready for the wedding and I can't wait till it's here, but it's, you know, there's so much stress. I looked at my calendar and I saw the holes of where I was not doing anything that I could be doing something. Like I could be listening to podcasts or I could be, you know, inviting a couple people or checking into the challenge groups. So it was something that I told her to do that. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I feel like I'm not doing Beachbody just all day. I feel like I have a set time, set business hours that I do them. And then I'm present in my life, you know, other times when I'm hanging out with my family or I'm at work, right? So those are just some tips. I know it's a lot, but those are really tips that helped me push my business forward.
I think that's perfect, Amanda. And I love that you mentioned how, you know, because Amanda, I know you won't mind me sharing this. I mean, you were at Success Club 2 when we did our one-on-one call, 0. Where were you at? You were at 0. And we didn't do our call until the second or third week of the month. Mm-hmm. And she made it happen and she pushed hard and she dove into her personal development. She found that bottleneck that Callie talked about last week and she figured it out and she realized what she had to do to overcome it. And I know that Amanda, you probably don't know this, you pushed me last month because I was like, Amanda can do this in a week. I need to get my butt in gear and get this done. So, you know, it works. If you do the steps, it works every single week. All right. So thanks for sharing, Amanda. I thought you had some great tips. So Jerry, can you go ahead and share a couple of your tips too?
Sure. I'd love to. I can't really say that I have any magic tips at all because you guys have given me everything that I have. But for me last month, my biggest thing for Success Club for me was following up. When I first started, I literally just hammered out the invites every day. Boom, 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 boom. And most of them were just cold invites because I had no idea how to even start connecting with people. And when I kind of hit a roadblock and I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of out of people to invite. Now what do? I've literally sent them to almost everybody that I know. So I went back and started looking at my messages that I had to people and going over them. And it was literally word vomit. I just literally vomited words at them in messages. So it wasn't any wonder I wasn't hearing back from anybody. So I literally actually went back through and restarted. I even went back to the people that I had already messaged and said, listen, hey, I'm sorry. I mean, do you have any questions on the program? I basically started over and did the connecting with them. And that was huge for me. I think that was the number one reason why I actually did as well as I did last month. I really did make those connections with people. And I really think that that's the way to go for sure. I really don't have it. That's what I did literally all month long was I followed up. And then I started adding more people every day too. Because I really did. I hit my warm market. I ran out of my warm market right away. I don't really have a whole lot of people that are close to me that were interested at all. Actually, a lot of people that are close to me don't want anything to do with it at all. They have been critical, to be kind. They've been very critical. So I ran out of my warm market. So I've been adding more and more people every day, and making sure that from the get-go I'm making the general connections with them. I'm getting to know them. There was actually a girl, I had no idea who she was. I saw that we had tons of mutual friends with her. I added her, and she said, "Do I even know you?" And she said, I see that we have a lot of mutual friends." I said, "Yeah, that's why I added you. I saw that we had a lot of mutual friends. I assumed, that we probably would know each other." She actually is from the same town where I work, and we had an awesome conversation. I learned a lot about her that day, and she is interested. She's interested in doing it. We actually talked for 3 days. 3 days on and off. So it really is about making those general connections, and I do realize that now. So I kind of had to do a restart last month. So that's how I hit Success Club. I kind of just started over again. So that's all I got.
Jerry, that's awesome. I love how you said you went back and you talked to those people and you apologized. And you were like, "Hey, I'm sorry that I totally was out of the blue. Like, how are you?"
Yeah,
And I think it's okay to do that.
You kind of got to swallow that pride there, and go back and start over. It helped them.
Exactly. And I love that. And I've done that too, where I go back and, like, "Hey, I'm really sorry that I sent you that big long message. Like, I hope you had a great weekend. Like, can we start over?" And it's okay to do that and know that it's okay to make mistakes. And that's how you learn. So I love that you mentioned that. I thought that was awesome. So great job, Amanda and Jerry. I loved your tips. I think it really helps to hear from other members of the team besides just me, to kind of hear how they're doing it and, how Success Club happens. And Jerry's right. There is no magic formula to it. It's just doing consistent behaviors every single day. And that's what it boils down to. And being patient. And we're going to talk more about some other tips on how to get there today. So that's all I have for announcements. Let's go right into our call. And it's all about keeping your pipeline full, constantly having like a funnel of potential, funnels of customers, coaches, all of those things. And whenever I first joined, I had this really big skepticism as to, I'm going to run out of people to invite. I'm never going to have enough people. Nobody's going to want to do this. And it's so funny because I was a product of watching my coach. I watched my coach for months, never commented on anything, never said anything to her. And then she put in call to action out, and I said, "Oh, I want more information on this, please." So, whenever you think about what you're doing in your business, know that people are watching whatever you do. When you post, somebody is seeing it who you don't even know is seeing it and is watching you. And out of the blue someday, they're going to make your day when they message you and say, "Hey, I saw your post about your challenge group. Can I have some more information?" Those types of posts, they're great to get those messages. Okay. But they don't happen all the time. And don't get discouraged with your posts, because guess what? When that one person does reach out to you, if you wouldn't have posted, they never would have seen it and been able to reach out to you. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to keep your pipeline full, how to keep people constantly coming into your organization and constantly having people to reach out to. And I want you guys to know that it's not a saturated market. There are millions and millions and millions of people in this world, in the United States, and there are only 400,000 Beachbody coaches out of millions of people. Okay. So it's a very small ratio, and everybody wants to look good and feel good. Every single person. Not every single person wants eyelashes that go really far out and hit their glasses every time they blink. Not every single person wants to make their nails look pretty. Not every single person wants to buy books for their kids. But every person wants to look good and feel good. I guarantee it. Okay, so keep that in mind as we go through tonight. We're going to talk about just a few things. First up, organization. You guys need to make sure you're planning out your month, mapping out when you want your challenge group to start so you know what you're inviting to. For me, you're going to see this every single month. Next month, I'm doing a free clean eating group on the first week of the month. Then I'm doing a challenge group, and I might do my challenge group the third week of the month so I can invite to it for a couple weeks. And then week 3 is my sneak peek, is what I start to invite to. All right. The reason behind this, when you have a free group, all right, remember, you got to give before you get anything in return. Think about whenever you go up and you talk to your parents when you were really little and you're like, "I really want to go spend the night at my friend's house tonight. So I'm going to clean my room, do the dishes, be really nice to my brother." And then when you go ask your mom, they're more inclined to say yes, right? Because you gave them a whole bunch before you got anything in return. It's the same concept. So whenever you give people things for free, give them value, they are more inclined to give you something in return. You're more inclined to get something in return. So whenever you do a free clean eating group, it allows you have now the right to invite them, right? You have the right to ask them to purchase something for you because you've given them something in return. Think about when you're walking around Costco, all right, or Sam's Club or wherever, and they have free samples out, right? It's like the best part of Costco, right? You walk around and get your free samples. But are you more inclined to buy the sample that you tasted as opposed to the same thing next to it on the shelf? Because you've sampled it, you've tasted it. So whenever you do a free group, it allows people to sample what you have to offer them as a coach. It allows them to get value out of what you do before they buy anything, before they commit, before they do anything, okay? So a free clean eating group. For me personally, I'm going to be running a free crock-pot group with crock-pot recipes posted every single day. They will all be clean eating related. A lot of them will go back to my blog, so they'll be able to go back and see it on my blog. The one thing I do recommend, if you do this, don't send them to other Beachbody coaches' blogs, okay? You want them to sign up with you, not another Beachbody coach, okay? So send them to other clean eating websites or just type out the recipe and have it in the post. That's normally what I do, is I type out the recipe and have it in the post, not necessarily having it linked somewhere else. So free clean eating group. For me, it's going to be a free crock-pot group, recipes every single day shared, and then also just tips on how to lead a healthy lifestyle. It will be posted daily in that group. Then as I'm running that group, I am also posting about, hey, come join my challenge group. So all the people in my free clean eating group are seeing my post to come join my challenge group. Okay. And since those people in my free clean eating group or free crock-pot group are friends with me, we're messaging, those things that I'm posting are going to pop into their news feed more because Facebook goes, oh, those two people are having conversations behind the scenes. So they must be friends. So we're going to show that person more of that other person's post. All right. That's a little bit of understanding how Facebook works. So week 1 will be my free crock-pot group. Week 2, I will start advertising for my challenge group, running my challenge group, and then I will shift and start going to my week 3 sneak peek. Now you may think, well, why are you doing your free group at the beginning of the month? Because it allows me to continue to invite those people to things later into the month. All right. Maybe these people in my free clean eating group, maybe I'm going to see somebody would make an amazing coach. I will send them an invite to join my sneak peek group or to come join our live event. Maybe you see somebody who has really great coach or challenger potential in there. You can invite them to join your challenge group. I will say that sometimes it takes a couple months for those people from that free group to join you in a challenge group, but awesome 2 months from now if they join a challenge group, right? That'd be great. So that free group is really, really important to do, to give them value long before they purchase anything from you. Think about the samples in the store. You're more inclined to purchase something that you tried as opposed to something that you've never tried before in your life. Okay, so that's the importance of a free group. When you run a free group, don't keep it any longer than a week. All right. And you have to give them something of value. Free clean eating is perfect with meal plans, recipes, grocery lists, all those types of things. Makes it very functional for them as they go through. All right. Next one, consistency. You need to post 3 to 5 times a day, every single day. And you need to add value and you need to share what you're doing and have call to actions in your post. This is going to have your pipeline full all the time because those people you're messaging with behind the scenes, the people that you're adding on your Facebook page, if you are consistently posting, they're bound to see you at some point through the day when they log on Facebook. If you're only posting in the morning, the people who only get on Facebook at night are never going to see your stuff. All right, so you have to consistently post throughout the day so that you hit a variety of different people throughout the day. And don't have it all be Beachbody. If you're going through and you're looking at your post and you're like, oh, I'm only sharing fitness and Beachbody, okay, guess what people don't want to hear about all the time? Fitness and Beachbody, okay? Make sure you're sharing other aspects of your life and other things about your life. Like if you go to my Facebook page tonight, earlier today, the sun was coming through my office right here as I was working, and it was a business opportunity post, but it really didn't talk about the business too much. It just talked about the cruise that Matt and I were planning on going on. But it's a business opportunity because I earned the cruise for free. And next week, I'll be talking more about that. Okay? So have a goal in mind for your post. Post with intention. Don't just post to post. All right? So keep that in mind as you go through. Next one, join groups on Facebook that aren't Beachbody related. Okay, search your common interest at the top of the search bar in Facebook and join a new Facebook group. Join a few of them. So maybe, if you are somebody who loves dogs and you love rescue dogs from shelters, search rescue dog shelters. And you can add value to that group because you speak from experience, right? If you're somebody who loves to, have rescue dogs that come into your house and, get them into a family, you're going to be able to add value into that group, right? With nothing to do with Beachbody. It's just something that's a common interest of you. If you have a common interest of music, something, put it in there. Search bar, see if you can find it. For me, I'm in a mom's group, several of them, actually. One that I do with playgroups and stuff, and that's more for fun for me, and for my kids. But I have a lot of web-based moms club groups that I'm a part of that, we talk about kids' diaper rash and, all these, eczema and all the kid things that moms just want to know from other moms before they call the pediatrician. And you add value into there. And you say, yeah, my daughter had eczema too, and here's what we did. Here's the lotion that we used. And it takes time to build credibility and to build trust. That's a great way to expand your market, is to talk to people in there, see who you have a connection with, and then add them as friends into your Facebook page. So add value in that group. That's the group you get to be a person in. You just get to be yourself, not the Beachbody coach, just yourself, and just have fun and make connections and have fun with people. I know like Heather, she's a triplet mom. So she's in groups with only other triplet moms. Guess what? I can't relate to triplet moms. I have no idea how they do it because I find myself drowning with two and they're completely different ages. So, find something that is unique to you and join a group in that. If you think there isn't a Facebook group about it, it will prove you wrong as soon as you type it into the Facebook search bar, I promise. So join some groups and be a person, not a Beachbody coach. Follow up. I want you to think of the 3 P's of follow up: persistent, positive, and patient. All right. You need to be persistent. This doesn't mean hound them every single day about when they're going to buy their challenge pack. This means about being a part of their life. Being persistent as you're constantly there, adding value. This goes back to consistency on your wall, right? Adding value, being a part of their life on their Facebook wall, going and making sure, if, a family member passes away, you say, hey, I'm thinking about you and sending prayers, or, being a part of their life. Start with a question about them. Okay. Hey, I saw you went to this really fun thing this weekend. How was it? Or, if it was their birthday, how was your birthday? Did you have a great day? Ask a question about them. Don't just automatically dive into your challenge group and what you want. Talk about them. Next, be positive. I want you guys to radiate energy whenever you talk to people. A lot of times I find whenever I talk with somebody and we get through the forming and, they're all on board and they're like, yeah, I want to do this. This will be awesome. And then I send them the price breakdown and then I send them my follow-up question. And, I have my group starting up on, March 7th. Is that a good time frame? And I get nothing. Crickets, right? And usually it's too expensive. They don't have the money right now to do it. And that's okay. So I always just send them a quick follow-up message and say, hey, have you thought any more about the challenge group opportunity? I would hate to miss out on the opportunity to work with you. And this gets the conversation going again. And 9 times out of 10, they come back and they're like, we just can't swing the $140 or $160 this month. You have to be positive when you respond back to them. So I always say, that's totally fine. I run groups like this every single month. Can I keep you on my monthly follow-up list and follow up with you next month? No commitment. And that way, when the time is right, you can jump right in. And they always say, yeah, you can absolutely follow up with me. That'd be great. And then I also say, next month, I have a free group kicking off right at the beginning of the month. It's all going to be about crock pot recipes. Can I put you on the list for that group? And they always say, absolutely. I'm always looking for more crock pot recipes. Okay. So always be positive in it, even if it's a no. Even if you're like, oh my gosh, this person, they would love this. It's perfect for them. And they just got a pedicure and a Michael Kors purse yesterday. They can totally afford this. Even if it's like that. Okay. Because we all have those messages. Be positive. And this really comes across on the phone more than anything. So if you're able to get somebody on the phone and talk to them, this comes across on the phone so much better than through a message. Okay, so be positive, even when they can't join you right away. Be positive. Also, be patient. Whenever somebody says no, replace them with 3 more people you're starting a new connection with. All right? Be patient. It takes time to build relationships. And I know Jerry won't mind me sharing this. She had a slow start to this business, and she even shared that tonight. But she didn't give up. And she was patient, and she was positive and she was persistent and she went after her follow-ups, and now she got Success Club 14 last month. Okay, so don't give up. Okay, Rome was not built in a day, and neither will your credibility, I promise you, and neither will how you go about talking to people in a conversation. Another thing, don't stop when they say no. All right, great, they said no, but really it's not right now. Don't stop if they give you nothing in return. Keep following up with them. I know for me as a new coach, whenever I didn't get anything back after that price list, I probably wouldn't have said anything back to them. But now I say, hey, what, I have a group starting. Is it a good time frame? I would hate to miss out to work with you. It's all about them, because really, you're there to help them, and just bridge those gaps and know that it's okay if they say no. You just find somebody else, because somebody else, it will be the right time. And those no's will turn into yeses down the road, as long as you do your due diligence and you're persistent and you're positive and you're patient with your follow-ups. All right. And just know, the more you do this, the easier it gets, guys. The more you talk to people, the more that you have conversations, the more natural it becomes and the easier it gets. Remove yourself from being a Beachbody coach and just hold a conversation with somebody, okay? Like you're talking to your best friend on the phone. Hold a conversation with them, okay? That's really, really important. Also, messages, all right? You may have the best, most valuable post, but if you aren't doing anything behind the scenes, nobody is going to see your posts, all right? When you do things behind the scenes, when you message people, I kind of already mentioned this, it tells Facebook, these people like each other, and I should probably show them more of their posts. So say I'm having a conversation with Haley, and, Haley, did you notice that once we started talking, you're like, I see Allie's stuff all the time now. All right. After you have a message with somebody, you're like, oh, look, I see their stuff in my newsfeed all the time now. It's because you have entered the Facebook algorithm. Okay. And they are able to see more of your stuff. So if you're interacting with them, if you're being persistent and present in their life, they're going to see more of your stuff. And whenever you jab them, whenever you are giving them value, whenever you put out the call to action, they're more likely to say yes. All right. So I want you guys to start new conversations daily. It's so imperative to your success. You could have the best post on Facebook ever, but if you're not doing anything behind the scenes, it's not going to do anything for your posts. All right. Because if your people aren't seeing your posts, then they're not going to be able to like them and comment on them and give you the interaction that you need. So don't overthink it when you talk to people. Just have a conversation. Don't be a robot. All right. So your call to action tonight, I want you to ask yourself, am I being consistent? Am I being as consistent as I can? All right. Or am I slacking in one area? What groups can I join to expand my market? Think about that. What are your common interests? What do you like to do? Where am I at with Success Club right now? And what is the breakdown? What do I need to do in order to make that Success Club goal happen? Do I need to message more people? Do I need to bridge that gap between the reconnection to the actual invite? When is the appropriate time to do that? How do I make that happen? All right. So really ask yourself those questions to make Success Club happen, to constantly fill your pipeline with new people and new potentials. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me about tonight? Any questions at all? Any questions about things we didn't cover at all? All right, well then I won't keep you if you guys don't have any questions. If you think of any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, post on our team page. I know I have business hours from 9 to 1 my time, so that's noon to 4 Eastern time tomorrow. So I'll be available to answer messages then during my message slot, of course, during my business hours. So don't hesitate to reach out. And if you think of any questions, ask. That's how you learn. And don't get discouraged, all right? We all have been there. Anything? All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on the call. I really, really appreciate it. All right. We'll talk to you later. All right. Bye.